The secret that changed a young man's life forever. Imagine a young man in the hills of West Virginia back in the early 1900s. His name was Napoleon Hill. He was just a kid from a poor family, scratching out a living in a tough world. One day, a wealthy steel king named Andrew Carnegie pulled him aside and gave him a challenge that would change everything. Carnegie said, "Young man, I've made a fortune by understanding how the mind works. I've interviewed the richest and most successful people in America. If you spend 20 years studying them without pay, I'll share their secrets with you." Hill could have said no. He could have gone back to his simple life. But something inside him lit up like a fire. He shook Carnegie's hand and said yes. That burning decision started a journey that led to one of the greatest books ever written, Think and Grow Rich. And today, that same secret can change your life too, right here in America. Whether you're working a 9-to-5 job, running a small business, or dreaming of something bigger, this is part 1 of our story. We're going to talk about the starting point of all real success. It's not luck. It's not who you know at first. It's a burning desire deep in your heart for something you want so bad you can taste it. Let me tell you about a guy named Edwin Barnes. He wasn't rich. He didn't have connections. He lived far from the big cities. But one day, he got an idea in his head. He wanted to go into business with Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. Not just work for Edison. Partner with him. Most people would laugh at that. Barnes had no money for a train ticket. So what did he do? He hopped on a freight train and rode in a boxcar all the way to Edison's lab in New Jersey. When he showed up, he looked like a tramp. Dirty clothes, no fancy suit. But his eyes burned with something Edison had never seen before. Edison gave him a low job sweeping floors. Barnes took it. He didn't complain. He watched. He learned. He waited. Years went by. Most folks would have quit and said, "This isn't working." But Barnes had that burning desire. It kept him going. One day, Edison invented a new machine called the dictating machine. His salesman said it wouldn't sell. They didn't believe in it. But Barnes saw his chance. He said, "I'll sell it." And he did. He sold it so well that Edison made him his partner. Barnes went from a broke nobody to a rich man. All because of one thing, a burning desire that wouldn't quit. Napoleon Hill learned this from hundreds of stories like that. He talked to Henry Ford, who started with nothing but an idea for a car everyone could afford. Ford faced failure after failure. People called him crazy. But his desire burned so hot he kept going until the Model T changed the world. Hill met John D. Rockefeller, who built an oil empire from scratch. And Andrew Carnegie himself, who came to America as a poor Scottish boy and became the richest man alive. Hill found the same thing in every one of them. Success starts with desire. Not a weak wish like, "I hope I get more money someday." No. A burning desire. The kind that wakes you up at night. The kind that makes you willing to work hard, face setbacks, and keep pushing. Think about your own life. Have you ever wanted something so much it hurt? Maybe a better house for your family. A business of your own. Freedom from bills piling up. More time with your kids. Whatever it is, that's where riches begin. Hill said, "The starting point of all achievement is desire. Weak desires get weak results. Just like a small fire makes little heat. But a burning desire? That turns into big results. In America, we have stories like this all over. Look at Oprah Winfrey. She grew up poor, faced hard times as a kid. But she had a burning desire to make something of herself. She turned it into a media empire worth billions. Or Jeff Bezos, who started Amazon in his garage selling books online when no one thought it would work. His desire burned bright. Now he's one of the richest men ever. But here's the key Hill hammered home: your desire has to be definite. Not vague. You can't just say, "I want more money." You have to know exactly how much. Why you want it. What you'll do with it. Hill told people to write it down. Put a number on it. Say, "I will have $100,000 in my bank account by this date, and here's how I'll earn it providing value to others." Why does this work? Because your mind is powerful. Thoughts are things. When you mix a clear desire with strong emotion, it goes to work. It starts attracting ideas, people, opportunities. Hill called it connecting to infinite intelligence. That's the higher power that runs the universe. Some call it God. Others call it the source. Whatever you call it, when your desire burns hot and you believe, it answers. But most folks get this wrong. They pray like they're begging, whispering weak words, full of doubt. Hill saw that too. He said prayer isn't about pleading with a far-off God who might say no. Real prayer is speaking with faith, knowing it's already on the way, declaring it as done. Because faith mixed with desire turns thoughts into reality. Let me share another story Hill loved. There was a miner during the gold rush. He found a vein of gold and borrowed money to dig. He worked hard, but after a while, the gold stopped. He quit and sold his equipment cheap. The new buyer got advice from an engineer. They dug just 3 feet further and hit the biggest gold strike ever. The first miner quit too soon. He didn't have that burning desire backed by persistence. Hill said that's what happens to most people with money dreams. They start strong but quit when it gets hard. Bills come. Doubts creep in. They go back to just getting by. But the ones who make it, they burn with desire so strong nothing stops them. You see it today in everyday Americans. The single mom who starts a side hustle baking cakes and turns it into a chain of stores. The truck driver who learns coding at night and builds an app that sells for millions. The factory worker who saves and invests until he owns the company. Part 1 of this journey is simple. Light that fire inside you. Decide what you really want. Make it definite. Feel it like it's already yours. Speak it with certainty. Don't beg for abundance. Claim it. Because you're not a beggar at the table. You're an heir to all the good things life offers. Hill spent his life proving this. He went from poor to teaching presidents and millionaires. And he said anyone can do it. You don't need a fancy degree. You don't need to be born rich. You just need that burning desire. So tonight, sit down with a piece of paper. Write your definite chief aim. How much money you want. By when. What you'll give in return, because riches come from serving others. Read it out loud twice a day. Morning and night. Feel the excitement. Let it burn inside you. This is just the beginning. In the next parts, we'll talk about faith, how to build it strong. How to use your mind like a magnet. How to turn setbacks into comebacks. But it all starts here, with desire. You have the power. America is the land where dreams come true when you back them with burning desire. Start today. Your richer life is waiting. The day a broke salesman became a millionaire overnight. Picture this. It's 1910 in Chicago. A young salesman named Frank Gunn sits in a tiny rented room, staring at an eviction notice. His pockets are empty. His sales job pays almost nothing. Creditors are calling. His family back home thinks he's a failure. That night, alone and desperate, Frank picks up a book someone left behind, an early manuscript of what would become Napoleon Hill's teachings on the mind and success. As he reads about faith, something clicks inside him. He closes the book, kneels down, and for the first time in his life, he doesn't beg for help. He speaks with certainty. He thanks the universe as if the money is already in his bank account. He declares that he is now a man of wealth and success. The next morning, everything changes. A stranger walks into his office with an opportunity that makes him rich almost overnight. Was it luck? Magic? No. It was the power of faith, the kind Napoleon Hill spent his life teaching. And that same power is waiting for you right now, no matter how tough things look today. This is part 2 of our journey together. In part 1, we talked about burning desire, the spark that starts every great fortune. Now we're moving to the fuel that turns that spark into a roaring fire. Napoleon Hill called it faith. Not just church faith, though that's part of it. He meant a deep, unshakable belief that what you want is already on its way. The kind of belief that doesn't waver when bills pile up or the bank account hits zero. Hill learned this secret from the greatest minds of his time. Andrew Carnegie told him, "Faith is the starting point of all accumulation of riches." Thomas Edison lived it every day, believing his inventions would work long before they did. Henry Ford had faith in his car idea when everyone laughed. Hill studied over 500 millionaires, and every single one had this in common. They believed so strongly in their success that they acted like it was already done. Let me tell you the full story of Edwin Barnes again, because it shows faith in action. Barnes wanted to partner with Edison. He showed up broke, looking rough. Edison gave him a low job. Most people would have lost hope. But Barnes had faith. He believed with every fiber of his being that he would be Edison's partner one day. He didn't just hope. He knew. He walked the halls like he already belonged there. He studied everything. When the dictating machine came out and no one wanted to sell it, Barnes stepped up. He said, "I will sell this." Not, "I hope I can." He knew he would. And he did. Faith turned his burning desire into reality. Hill said faith is the second step in getting rich. Desire gives you the what and why. Faith gives you the how, even when you can't see it yet. It's like planting a seed in the ground. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, trust the process, and wait. The seed is doing its work underground. Same with your dreams. When you mix desire with faith, things start moving behind the scenes. But here's where most Americans get stuck. They pray weak prayers. They say things like, "God, please help me pay my bills if it's your will." That's not faith. That's doubt dressed up as humility. Hill saw this all the time. People beg instead of believe. They ask like they're talking to a boss who might say no. But real faith speaks differently. It says, "Thank you for the money that's coming now. Thank you for the opportunities already on their way. I am prosperous. I am abundant." Think about it like electricity. Faith is the wire that carries power from the source to your life. If the wire is broken with doubt, no power flows. If it's strong and connected, the lights come on. Hill said doubt is the only thing that can stop success. Remove doubt, and nothing can stop you. Another great story Hill shared was about his own son, Blair. Blair was born without ears. Doctors said he would never hear or speak normally. But Hill had faith. He refused to accept that verdict. He spoke to his son as if he could hear perfectly. He filled his mind with belief that Blair would hear and speak one day. Years went by. Nothing changed on the outside. But Hill never stopped believing. One day, a company made a hearing device. Blair put it on, and for the first time, he heard clearly. Later, he spoke normally and lived a full life. Faith won where facts said it was impossible. You see this in everyday Americans too. Take Colonel Sanders. He was 65, living on a small Social Security check. Broke. But he had a chicken recipe and faith that it would make him rich. He drove around the country, sleeping in his car, pitching his recipe to restaurants. Over 1,000 said no. Most men would quit. But Sanders had faith. He knew his idea was great. He kept going until one said yes. Then more. Today, KFC is everywhere, and Sanders became a millionaire in his old age. Or look at J.K. Rowling. She was a single mom on welfare in England, writing in cafes. Publishers rejected her Harry Potter book 12 times. But she had faith. She believed in her story. She kept sending it out. Now she's one of the richest authors ever. Faith carried her through the nose. Hill taught a simple way to build this faith. He said you have to feed your mind the right thoughts every day. Read your definite goal out loud twice a day, morning and night. Feel it like it's already true. See yourself living it. Thank for it as if it's done. This repeats the message to your subconscious mind. Over time, doubt fades. Belief grows strong, but faith isn't just words. It's action too. Hill said prayer without work is dead. You can't sit on the couch declaring riches and expect money to knock on your door. Faith makes you move. It gives you ideas. It pushes you to learn new skills, start that side business, make that call, take that risk. When faith is real, action feels natural. Doors open. Help shows up. Things line up. Most folks quit too soon. They try for a week or two. No big change. They say, "This doesn't work." But building faith takes time, like building muscle at the gym. You don't lift weights once and get strong. You go every day. Same with faith. Pray every morning with certainty. Speak abundance all day. Act like a prosperous person. Ignore the empty bank account for now. Focus on the coming wealth. Hill said the universe tests you. When you decide on abundance, things might look worse at first. Bills come due. A job slows down. That's the test. Will you stay in faith? or go back to doubt. The ones who win keep believing. They thank anyway. They declare victory anyway. And then the tide turns. In America, we have the freedom to build this faith. No one stops you from dreaming big here. You can start a business from your kitchen table. You can learn anything online. You can turn ideas into fortunes. But only if you have faith strong enough to carry you through the dry seasons. So here's your assignment for part 2. Every morning, stand up and read your definite chief aim out loud. The one you wrote in part 1. Then say, I have faith this is coming to me now. I believe it completely. Thank you for my prosperity. Feel it in your chest. Smile like it's already here. Do the same at night before bed. Don't miss a day. Build that faith muscle. When doubt creeps in, push it out. Say, no, I choose faith. When circumstances look bad, say, this is temporary. My abundance is permanent. This is how you shift from begging to receiving. From hoping to knowing. From lack to plenty. Faith is your bridge to riches. We're just getting started. In part 3, we'll talk about how to organize your plans and take smart action. But none of it works without the faith we're building now. You were born for abundance. America rewards those who believe big and keep going. Start strengthening your faith today. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The night Henry Ford refused to quit when everyone said he was finished. Imagine it's 1908 in Detroit. A man named Henry Ford has poured everything into building a new car. He's failed over and over with earlier companies. Investors are pulling out. Banks won't lend him a dime. His friends beg him to stop. They say, Henry, give up. Cars for the average family will never work. That night, alone in his workshop, Ford sits quietly. He doesn't complain. He doesn't doubt. Instead, he closes his eyes and sees the finished car in his mind clear as day. He feels the excitement of millions of Americans driving it. He thanks the universe as if it's already done. He speaks words of certainty. This car will be built. It will change the world. Success is mine. Years of struggle follow, but Ford never wavers. In 1908, the Model T rolls out. It becomes the biggest success in history. Ford becomes one of the richest men alive. All because he mastered the third great secret Napoleon Hill discovered, autosuggestion, the power of speaking to your own mind until it believes completely and turns your words into reality. This is part 3 of our journey to financial abundance. In part 1, we lit the fire with burning desire. In part 2, we added the fuel of faith. Now we learn how to direct that power straight into your subconscious mind, the part that controls everything you attract and achieve. Napoleon Hill called this step autosuggestion. It's simple. You talk to yourself on purpose, every day, with emotion, until your mind accepts your words as true. Hill learned this from every millionaire he studied. Andrew Carnegie repeated his goals to himself daily. Thomas Edison talked to his mind like it was his best worker. They didn't just think positive thoughts once in a while. They bombarded their minds with clear, strong statements of success. They spoke as if it was already done. Let me tell you about a man Hill wrote about named Charles Schwab. Schwab started as a day laborer driving stakes for Carnegie Steel, making almost nothing. But he had a burning desire to rise. Every day, he used autosuggestion. He stood in front of a mirror and said out loud, Charles Schwab, you are going to be a leader in this company. You will earn a big salary. You will help build the greatest steel empire. He said it with feeling. He saw himself in a big office. He felt the pride. People thought he was crazy talking to himself. But Schwab kept going. Soon he got better jobs. Ideas came to him. He solved big problems. Carnegie noticed him. Schwab rose fast. He became president of U.S. Steel and earned $1 million a year when that was huge money. All because he programmed his mind with autosuggestion. Hill said your subconscious mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant grows. Most folks plant weeds without knowing it. They complain about money. They say, I can't afford that. They talk about bills and hard times. Those words go straight to the subconscious and grow more lack. But when you use autosuggestion right, you plant seeds of wealth. You speak abundance every day. You say, money flows to me easily. I am prosperous. Opportunities come to me now. You say it until your mind believes it. Then your actions change. You spot chances others miss. You feel confident making decisions. Wealth starts coming. Another powerful story is about a salesman Hill knew. This guy was failing badly. He couldn't sell anything. His family was suffering. One day he read about autosuggestion. He wrote down his goal. I will sell $10,000 worth this month. Every morning and night, he stood alone, read it out loud, and saw himself handing the check to his boss. He felt the joy. He thanked as if it happened. At first, nothing changed. He still struggled. But he kept speaking to his mind. Week after week. Then ideas hit him. He changed his approach. He talked to customers differently. Sales started coming. By the end of the month, he hit his goal and more. Autosuggestion rewired his mind for success. In America today, you see this everywhere. Take Sarah Blakely, who started Spanx. She was selling fax machines door to door. Broke. But she had an idea for better shapewear. Every day she used autosuggestion. She told herself, I am building a big company. My product will sell in stores everywhere. She felt it real. She spoke it bold. Mills turned her down. Stores said no. But she kept programming her mind. Finally, one buyer said yes. Spanx exploded. Sarah became a billionaire. Simple words to herself every day made the difference. Hill gave clear steps for autosuggestion. First, write your definite chief aim like we did in part 1. Make it exact. How much money, by when, what you'll give in return. Second, read it out loud twice a day, morning and night. Third, feel the emotion. See it done. Hear the sounds. Feel the handshake or the bank deposit. Fourth, speak with certainty, not hope. Say, I am not. I wish. Fifth, do this every single day without missing. Why does this work? Because your subconscious can't tell real from imagined if you feel it strong enough. It accepts your words and starts attracting what matches. Hill called it connecting to infinite intelligence. Ideas come in the shower. People call out of nowhere. Chances appear. But only if you keep the message clear and constant. Most Americans mess this up. They try for a few days, then forget. Or they speak weak words full of doubt. They say their goal quietly, feeling silly. No power there. Or worse, they declare abundance in the morning, then complain about prices all day. That cancels everything. Hill said mixed messages get mixed results. You have to guard your words all day. Catch negative talk and switch it. Instead of, I can't afford it. Say, I'm finding ways to afford what I want. Instead of, money is tight. Say, money is flowing better every day. This takes discipline. Your old habits will fight back. Friends might laugh. Bills will still come. That's normal. Hill said resistance always shows up when you change. It's testing if you're serious. Keep speaking your new truth anyway. Stay calm inside. Breathe deep. Center yourself before you speak your statements. Feel peace like you're already there. Look at modern stories. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson grew up poor, got cut from football, had $7 in his pocket. But every day he used autosuggestion. He told himself, I am the hardest worker. I will be a top actor. He felt it. He lived it. Now he's one of the highest paid stars ever. Or Oprah again. She spoke success to herself daily through hard times. It worked. Your actions have to match too. Autosuggestion isn't magic alone. It makes you move differently. You manage money better. You learn skills. You take smart risks. You see opportunity where others see problems. Prayer plus action plus daily autosuggestion equals unstoppable results. Here's your part 3 assignment. Morning routine. Wake up, sit quiet for 2 minutes, breathe deep, feel calm. Then stand, look in the mirror if you can, read your definite chief aim out loud with emotion. See it done. Thank for it. Night routine. Same thing before bed. Let it be the last voice your subconscious hears. All day, watch your words. Speak only what supports abundance. When lack thoughts come, say, cancel, and switch to positive. Do this for 30 days straight. You'll feel the shift. Confidence grows. Ideas flow. Small wins come. That's your subconscious starting to deliver. We're building something powerful here. In part 4, we'll talk about specialized knowledge and how to get it. But none of it works without the autosuggestion we're mastering now. America is full of people who started with nothing but words they spoke to themselves every day. You can be next. Start tonight. Speak wealth into your life. Feel it real. Watch what happens. Your abundance is waiting for your clear command. Give it daily with autosuggestion. The results will amaze you. The day a poor immigrant boy outsmarted America's richest bankers. Picture this. It's 1901 in New York City. A young immigrant from Scotland named Andrew Carnegie has just sold his steel company for $480 million, the biggest deal in history. Bankers and millionaires beg him to invest with them. They promise safe returns. But Carnegie turns them all down. Instead, he calls a broke 23-year-old reporter named Napoleon Hill into his office and says, "I don't need more money. I want to give away the secret of how I made it. Go study the richest men in America and find the exact formula." Carnegie didn't hand Hill cash. He gave him something better: introductions and specialized knowledge. For the next 20 years, Hill learned directly from Ford, Edison, Firestone, and 500 more self-made millionaires. What he discovered changed everything. The fourth great secret? Specialized knowledge. General knowledge is free, but specialized knowledge is what turns dreams into dollars. Carnegie proved it. Hill proved it. And you can prove it starting today. This is part 4 of our journey to financial abundance. In part 1, we started with burning desire. Part 2 brought faith. Part 3 showed how to use autosuggestion to program your mind. Now we reach the step that separates wishers from winners, getting the exact knowledge you need to turn your goal into money. Napoleon Hill made this crystal clear. General knowledge, no matter how much you have, is of little use in making money. You can know a lot about history, sports, or cooking, but if you don't know how to solve a specific problem people will pay for, you'll stay broke. Successful people don't know everything. They know the right things, or they know where to find them fast. Let me tell you the story of Harvey Firestone. He wasn't born rich. His family ran a small farm in Ohio. But Firestone saw cars coming and knew they would need special tires. Regular wagon tires wouldn't work. So he got specialized knowledge. He studied rubber. He experimented in a barn. He learned everything about making strong, long-lasting tires for automobiles. When Henry Ford started building cars, he needed someone who knew tires inside out. Firestone had that knowledge. Ford bought from him. Sales exploded. Firestone became one of the richest men in America and built an empire that still exists today. All because he went after specialized knowledge in one area. Hill saw this over and over. Thomas Edison didn't have much school learning, but he became a master of electricity. He knew more about turning ideas into inventions than anyone alive. That specialized knowledge made him rich and famous. Henry Ford never finished high school, but he knew everything about building simple, affordable cars. He didn't need to know Greek or poetry. He needed to know engines, assembly lines, and how to make cars cheap. That knowledge built Ford Motor Company. Here's the great news for everyday Americans. You don't have to be a genius to get specialized knowledge. You just have to decide what you want, and then learn exactly what you need for that goal. Hill said there are 2 kinds of specialized knowledge. First, what you put in your own head. Second, what you get from others who already have it. Take John D. Rockefeller. He started as a bookkeeper making 50 cents a day. But he learned everything about the oil business. He studied refining, shipping, markets. He knew more about oil than almost anyone. That knowledge let him build Standard Oil into the biggest company ever. He didn't stop at general ideas. He went deep. Now think about someone more modern, like Ray Kroc. He was a milkshake machine salesman in his 50s, not rich at all. One day he visited a small burger stand in California run by the McDonald brothers. They had a fast way to make burgers. Kroc saw huge potential. But he didn't know restaurants. So he got specialized knowledge. He learned every detail of their system. He studied franchising. He figured out real estate. Then he bought the rights and turned McDonald's into a worldwide giant. Kroc became a multimillionaire because he went after the exact knowledge needed to grow that business. In America today, Getting specialized knowledge is easier than ever. You don't need fancy college. Libraries are free. Internet courses cost little or nothing. Books are cheap. YouTube teaches almost anything. Podcasts from experts are free. The problem isn't finding knowledge. It's deciding what you need and going after it hard. Hill told a story about a man named Edwin C. Barnes who wanted to partner with Edison. Barnes had no money and no education in electricity. But he had burning desire. When he got to Edison's lab, he started as a floor sweeper. While sweeping, he studied. He asked questions. He learned everything about Edison's inventions. When the dictating machine came out and salesmen said it wouldn't sell, Barnes had specialized knowledge from watching and learning. He knew how to sell it. He stepped up, sold it big, and became Edison's partner. Knowledge turned his desire into riches. Most folks fail here. They say, "I don't know how." Then they stop. Winners say, "I don't know how yet." Then they learn. Hill said imagination helps you see what knowledge you need. Desire pushes you to get it. Faith keeps you going while learning. Autosuggestion reminds you daily you're becoming an expert. Let's make this real for you. Suppose your definite chief aim is to earn $200,000 a year in real estate. General knowledge says buy low, sell high. That's not enough. Specialized knowledge means learning local markets, financing options, negotiation, marketing properties, tax laws, contracts. You study books like Rich Dad Poor Dad. You take online courses on biggerpockets.com. You join local investor groups. You shadow successful agents. Soon you know more than most. Deals come. Money follows. Or say you want to start an online business selling fitness plans. You learn copywriting, Facebook ads, email marketing, video editing. Free resources everywhere. You practice daily. Knowledge grows. Sales start. Hill warned, don't try to learn everything. Pick one field that matches your goal. Go deep there. Become the go-to person. People pay big for experts who solve their problems. Another great American story, Madam C.J. Walker. She was born poor in 1867, daughter of slaves. Washed clothes for a living. But she had hair problems common to black women then. She learned everything about hair care products. Experimented. Created formulas. Learned sales and marketing. Built a company teaching other women to sell. Became America's first self-made female millionaire. Specialized knowledge in beauty products changed her life and thousands more. Your assignment for Part 4 is simple but powerful. Take your definite chief aim from Part 1. Write down exactly what specialized knowledge you need to reach it. List 5 things. For example, skills, systems, markets, tools, people. Then pick one and start learning today. Read a book. Watch videos. Take a course. Talk to someone who knows. Do something every day to grow your knowledge. Make a plan. Spend 1 hour a day studying your field. Join groups. Find mentors. Ask questions. Pay for courses if needed. Knowledge is the best investment. Remember what Carnegie told Hill. Anything the mind can conceive and believe, with specialized knowledge applied, it can achieve. America rewards learners. From immigrants starting small shops to tech kids building apps, knowledge turns ideas into fortunes. You're building step by step. Desire. Faith. Autosuggestion. Now knowledge. In Part 5, we'll talk about imagination, the workshop where plans are born. Keep going. Your abundance is coming together. Get that specialized knowledge starting now. The money is waiting for the person who knows how to earn it. The night Thomas Edison saw a working light bulb in his mind years before it existed. Imagine it's 1878 in a small lab in Menlo Park, New Jersey. The world is dark after sunset. Candles and gas lamps are all people have. A 31-year-old inventor named Thomas Edison sits alone at his workbench. Over 1,000 failed experiments litter the floor, burned out filaments, broken glass, wasted money. Investors are ready to pull out. Newspapers call him crazy. His team is exhausted. That night, Edison closes his eyes and does something strange. He doesn't think about the failures. He sees a clear picture in his mind, a bright electric light bulb glowing steadily in a home, lighting up an entire room safely and cheaply. He feels the excitement of families reading at night, factories running longer, cities shining bright. He holds that picture steady, adds details, turns it over like a movie in his head. 2 years later, in 1880, that exact bulb lights up for the first time, and stays lit for days. Edison's imagination turned a wild dream into reality, and changed the world forever. Napoleon Hill called this the fifth great secret of riches: imagination, the workshop of the mind where every fortune begins. This is part 5 of our journey to financial abundance. In part 1, we started with burning desire. Part 2 added faith. Part 3 showed autosuggestion to program your mind. Part 4 brought specialized knowledge. Now we reach the magical step that ties them all together: imagination. Hill said there are 2 kinds, synthetic and creative. Most millionaires he studied used both to build their wealth. Synthetic imagination takes old ideas and puts them together in new ways. Creative imagination gets brand new hunches and ideas straight from infinite intelligence, the higher power that gives flashes of inspiration. Edison used both. He took known materials and rearranged them thousands of times, synthetic. Then, when he was stuck, he would relax, clear his mind, and wait for a new idea to pop in, creative. That's how the final filament idea came. Hill learned this secret directly from Edison and hundreds more. Every self-made rich person had a strong imagination. They saw things that didn't exist yet, and believed they could make them real. Let me tell you the story of Walt Disney. He was a broke cartoonist in the 1920s, fired from a newspaper job for lacking imagination. He lost his first character, Oswald the Rabbit, to a bad deal. Sleeping in offices, eating cold beans, Disney could have quit. Instead, on a train ride home, he used his imagination. He pictured a happy little mouse named Mickey. He saw Mickey talking, dancing, having adventures. He heard the squeaky voice. He felt the joy people would feel watching. Disney held that picture strong. He drew Mickey, added sound, the first cartoon with synchronized sound, and released Steamboat Willie in 1928. It exploded. Mickey became famous worldwide. Disney built an empire: movies, parks, merchandise, all from one clear picture in his mind on a train. Or take Howard Schultz. He was a regular salesman visiting a small coffee shop in Seattle called Starbucks in 1983. They sold beans, not drinks by the cup. But Schultz imagined something bigger: cozy places on every corner where Americans could get great coffee, relax, work, meet friends, like Italian espresso bars. His bosses said no. Schultz left, started his own shops, struggled, went broke almost. But he kept the picture alive. He saw the green logo, the comfy chairs, people lining up. In 1987 he bought Starbucks with help from investors. Today there are over 30,000 stores. Schultz became a billionaire. All because he used imagination to see what others couldn't. Hill said imagination is the workshop where plans are born. Your desire gives the goal. Faith believes it's possible. Autosuggestion plants it deep. Knowledge tells you how. But imagination creates the exact picture and the new ideas to get there. Another powerful story Hill loved was about George Eastman. He was a bank clerk making little money. But he loved photography. Back then, taking pictures was hard: big cameras, glass plates, dark tents. Eastman imagined something simple: a small camera anyone could use with film on a roll. No one thought it possible. He worked nights in his kitchen, experimenting. He saw families taking snapshots on vacations, kids smiling, memories saved forever. That picture drove him. In 1888 he released the Kodak camera with the slogan, "You press the button, we do the rest." It sold huge. Eastman became one of the richest men in America and started a company still famous today. In Everyday America, you see imagination at work all the time. Steve Jobs imagined a phone that was also a computer and music player in your pocket. People laughed. He held the picture: sleek glass, touchscreen apps. Apple released the iPhone in 2007. It changed everything. Jobs became a legend. Or look at Airbnb founders. They were broke in 2007, couldn't pay rent. They imagined renting air mattresses in their apartment to strangers. Then they pictured a website where anyone could rent a room or home anywhere in the world. Crazy idea then. But they saw travelers saving money, hosts making extra cash, people connecting. They built it. Today Airbnb is worth billions. Hill taught 2 ways to build your imagination. First, synthetic. Take what you already know and mix it up. If you want more money, imagine new ways to serve people. Combine skills. A teacher who loves cooking imagines online classes teaching home meals. A mechanic imagines a mobile repair service. Second, creative. Quiet your mind daily. Sit still 5 minutes. Ask for ideas about your goal. Wait. Flashes come. Write them down fast. Most Americans kill their imagination young. School teaches facts, not dreaming. Jobs reward following rules. But the rich keep it alive. They daydream on purpose. They ask, what if? They see the finished goal clear and colorful. Here's how to use it for your definite chief aim. Every day after autosuggestion, spend 10 minutes building the picture. Close your eyes. See yourself living your rich life. What house? What car? What vacation? Who are you helping? Feel the money in your bank. Hear people congratulating you. Smell the new office or shop. Make it real. Add details daily. Your mind starts working on how to make it happen. New ideas pop up. Opportunities appear. Hill said the harder the goal, the stronger you use imagination. When things look bad, double down on the picture. Edison failed 10,000 times. Each failure, he saw the working bulb clearer. Your Part 5 assignment. Tonight, sit quiet. Relax. Play soft music if it helps. See your definite chief aim as done. Build the scene big and bright. Feel happy, grateful, proud. Do this every morning and night after reading your statement. Carry the picture all day. When doubt comes, go back to the picture. Imagination costs nothing but pays everything. America was built on it. From the Wright brothers seeing planes to Elon Musk seeing reusable rockets. You're halfway there. Desire, faith, autosuggestion, knowledge, now imagination. In Part 6, we'll bring it all together with organized planning and persistence. Keep seeing it. Your picture is turning into reality. The money is coming because you can already see it clear. The day Napoleon Hill stood in front of presidents and millionaires and revealed the final secrets 1938 in the White House. President Franklin D. Roosevelt has invited a tall, plain-speaking man from Virginia named Napoleon Hill to a private dinner. Around the table sit some of the most powerful people in America, cabinet members, business leaders, even a few millionaires who helped shape the country. Everyone is quiet as Hill stands up. For 20 years he has studied 500 of the richest self-made men in history. He has lived poor, gone broke, faced ridicule, but he never quit. Tonight he tells the president and the room, I have found the exact formula that turns desire into money, every single time, without fail. It has 17 steps, but the final one is the engine that pulls all the others forward. Roosevelt leans in. The millionaires nod. They already know what Hill is about to say. It is the 6th and most powerful secret, organized planning backed by burning persistence. Without it, desire, faith, imagination, and knowledge are just dreams. With it, nothing on earth can stop you from reaching financial abundance. This is Part 6, the final part of our journey together. We have walked step by step through Napoleon Hill's proven formula. Part 1 gave you burning desire. Part 2 built unshakable faith. Part 3 taught autosuggestion to program your mind. Part 4 showed how to get specialized knowledge. Part 5 opened the workshop of imagination. Now we put it all together with organized planning and the persistence that makes every plan work. Hill said organized planning is turning your burning desire into a clear, written plan with exact steps, deadlines, and people to help you. Most Americans fail because they have wishes, not plans. They say, I want more money, but never write down how, when, or who will help. A plan is like a map on a cross-country road trip. You need to know the route, the stops, the gas stations, and what to do if a road is closed. Let me tell you the story of how Henry Ford used organized planning to build the Model T. Ford's desire was simple, a car every family could afford. He had faith it was possible. He used autosuggestion daily. He got specialized knowledge about engines and assembly. He imagined millions of cars on the road. But none of that would have mattered without a plan. Ford wrote down every detail: how to make parts cheaper, how to build a moving assembly line, how much the car would cost, $850 at first, then down to $260, how many to build each day. He set deadlines. He brought in experts, engineers, managers, suppliers. When workers complained the line was too fast, he adjusted the plan but never the goal. When suppliers couldn't deliver, he built his own factories. Obstacles came every week, but Ford's plan was written, clear, and updated constantly. By 1927, 15 million Model Ts had been sold. Ford became one of the richest men ever because he turned imagination into organized action. Another great example is Mary Kay Ash. She was a single mom in Texas, working sales jobs where men got promoted over her. At age 45 she retired, angry and broke. Sitting at her kitchen table, she wrote 2 lists: what her perfect company would do right, and what her old companies did wrong. That became her plan. She would sell skincare products, reward women with cars and commissions, build a company based on faith and encouragement. She started Mary Kay Cosmetics in 1963 with $5,000 and 9 friends in a small storefront. She wrote every detail: who to recruit, how to train, how to hold meetings, how much inventory to carry. She set sales goals and deadlines. When money ran low, she persisted, adjusting the plan but never the dream. Today Mary Kay is a multi-billion-dollar company with millions of salespeople worldwide. A kitchen table plan plus persistence changed everything. Hill taught 6 clear steps for organized planning. First, write your definite chief aim again: exact money, exact date, what you will give in return. Second, write a clear plan to reach it today. List every action step. Third, set deadlines for each step. Fourth, read your aim and plan out loud twice a day. Fifth, form a mastermind group. Find 3 to 6 people who support your goal and meet regularly to help each other. Sixth, update the plan every week. When something fails, make a new plan fast. Never stop planning. Persistence is the fuel. Hill said most people quit at the first failure. They treat setbacks as stop signs. Winners treat them as detours. Persistence is deciding nothing will stop you. It is getting up one more time than you fall. Look at Colonel Sanders again. At 65, living on a $105 Social Security check, he had a chicken recipe and a plan: get restaurants to use it and pay him a nickel per chicken. He wrote the plan simple: drive to restaurants, cook samples, offer the deal. He started with 0 yes. He got 1,009 no's. Slept in his car. Wore his white suit every day. People laughed. Doors slammed. But Sanders persisted. On the 1010th try, someone said yes. Then more. KFC grew huge. Sanders became a multimillionaire in his 70s because persistence carried his plan forward. Thomas Edison is the king of persistence. 10,000 failures to make the light bulb. Each time he updated the plan: new filament, new vacuum, new design. He never quit. Persistence plus organized planning gave the world electric light. In today's America, look at Elon Musk. He planned to build reusable rockets when everyone said it was impossible. SpaceX failed 3 launches in a row, almost bankrupt. Musk updated the plan, persisted, and on the 4th try the rocket landed. Now SpaceX is worth billions. Same with Jeff Bezos and Amazon. Years of losses, critics shouting failure. Bezos stuck to the plan: grow big, serve customers, think long term. Persistence paid off. Here is your final assignment. Tonight, sit down with paper and pen. Write your definite chief aim at the top. Below it, write Plan A, every step you will take starting tomorrow to reach it. Be specific: calls to make, skills to learn, people to contact, money to save or invest. Set a deadline for each step. Then write who will be in your mastermind: friends, mentors, online groups. Commit to meeting or checking in weekly. Read the whole thing out loud morning and night. When a step fails, and some will, write Plan B fast. Never go without a plan. Every day, take one action from your plan, no matter how small. Persistence is built one day at a time. When doubt comes, go back to your desire, faith, and imagination. When you feel like quitting, remember the 1,009 no's Sanders heard. Remember Edison's 10,000 tries. Remember you are an American with the freedom to build any life you plan. This is the end of our 6-part journey, but it is the beginning of your new life. You now have the complete formula. Napoleon Hill proved works: burning desire, faith, autosuggestion, specialized knowledge, imagination, and organized planning with persistence. Hill went from poor mountain boy to advisor of presidents because he used it. Ford, Edison, Carnegie, Disney, Oprah, Bezos, all used it. America is still the land where ordinary people turn plans into fortunes. The factory worker becomes the owner. The waitress starts the restaurant chain. The kid in the garage builds the next big app. All because they planned and persisted. You have everything you need inside you right now. The shepherd has already prepared the table. The abundance is already yours. All that is left is to make your plan, take daily action, and never quit. Start tonight. Write the plan. Speak it daily. Act on it daily. Persist through every obstacle. 1 year from now, 5 years from now, you will look back at this moment and thank yourself for beginning. Your financial breakthrough is not coming someday. It is coming because you are now organized, persistent, and unstoppable. Claim your abundance. Live your rich life. America is waiting for your success story. You can do this. You will do this. You've been fired up by this 6-part series on turning your desires into real financial abundance using Napoleon Hill's timeless formula. Then don't let it stop here. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next powerful video. We're dropping more life-changing content just like this every week to help you build the wealth and freedom you deserve. Like this video if it spoke to you and gave you that spark to take action today. Share it with at least one friend, family member, or someone in your circle who needs to hear this message. You could literally change their financial future by sending them this series. And drop a comment below. Tell me,